Hello everyone, this is Damon with PixNub Software. In this video I'm going to show you one method of extraction for images with difficult hair. And this is a little bit different than most of my videos that I show difficult hair. For this method I'm going to show you a single mask extraction instead of a dual mask extraction. And then we'll be doing the touch-ups inside of Photoshop. I just want to show you that you don't have to rely solely on easy green screen for everything. You can do touch-ups in Photoshop as well. So for this, it doesn't look too bad. I could adjust the spill and the mask a little bit, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to hit apply and do everything in Photoshop just using the easy green screen single mask extraction as a starting point. So over in our layer panel, we've got a non-destructive layer set. And what I mean by that, I'll just show you here. If I disable this mask and turn off the spill correction layers, you see we have the original image back. So this transparency is not directly applied, it's applied inside of a mask. So because of that, we can touch that up. So I'm going to show the color background, re-enable the mask, re-enable the spill correction layers, and now we can start touching up. What I like to do myself is go into this mask and use the select and mask feature. And this is in Photoshop CC 2017. If you're on an older version of Photoshop before CC 2015.5, that'll be called Refine Mask. So make sure you're on this second brush and then just brush right over the edges of the hair. Now you want to be careful you don't go too far in because this brush is very aggressive and it can erase areas you don't want. So I'll just Control Z to undo that and just right over the very edges. Now this works good on some images, not as good on others. Now generally if your images are sharp in the hair and you don't have any depth of field loss, it will work better. And also dark hair and red hair work pretty good. Blonde hair is a little more tricky. But once you're satisfied with how it looks, just hit OK. And you can see that actually looks pretty good. I'm going to change the color of the background here. I'm going to throw it against a white background. And you can see we've got pretty good detail. Now one thing to keep in mind is depending on the color of the background you're using, the hair might look a little bit different. So you always want to adjust it to the color that you're using. Now since this is a single mask extraction, there isn't quite as much adjustments that can be made to the hair. The next video, be sure to watch that as well. That's the dual mask video where I do show some more complex adjustments that can be made. But I will show you one more thing here in single mask mode. We've got a manual spill correction layer, and by default this layer is empty. It's set to color blend mode and at 50% opacity. And this is meant to touch up areas of spill that Easy Green Screen did not get. Now we could have adjusted the spill inside of Easy Green Screen and probably did it a little bit better, but I just wanted to not do that so I could show you in this video how to manually do it. So I'm going to take a brush here, and using the Alt key on Windows or the Option key, you get the eyedropper tool and you can sample the hair color which sets your foreground color. I'm just going to use a normal paintbrush and just paint right over the edges of the hair. You can see that we're painting color in, and since this is set to color blend mode, we are not losing any luminosity information. And then as you go to different parts of the hair, you can select color around that area that matches better and then just finish painting the hair color. I'm not going to worry about doing the whole thing for this demonstration, but you can't see that looks pretty good. And one more thing that I'll show you here is in your foreground mask. I'll just show this here. If you want to get a little more opacity out of that, you can run a levels on your mask so you can make that hair more or less transparent. I'm going to cancel that here and look at the original image when I do it. So if you're on the original image and then you just click on the mask, so if you alt click or option click, it shows you the mask, but if you just click on it, you'll be targeting the mask but not viewing it. Then when you run your levels, you can see that you're making that more opaque or more transparent. I'll cancel that just to show you one more thing. If you run a curves on that, you're doing the same thing, but you have a little more adjustment with your curves. You can really fine-tune how that's being applied. And curves is what I like to do, but if you don't understand curves well, just go ahead and do the levels like I showed in the previous step. Anyway, that's about it for this tutorial. You can see that that hair looks pretty nice. Be sure to watch the next tutorial. We'll be doing dual mask extraction, and I'll be showing you some more advanced details even than this video shows. Thanks for watching, and if you're interested at all in Easy Green Screen, please be sure to visit our website. That is easygreenscreen.com.